Kendall Pearson, thank you so much for joining me.
No worries.
So, Kendall, you graduated in 2013 from senior. Thinking back to 2012, 2013, what was your experience at senior like?
It went very, very quickly. When I look back, that was 7 years ago, which is absolutely insane thinking about it now. It went very, very quickly. 2 years actually flies so fast. I say when you're in BCE, it feels like it's going really slow with everything that kind of seems to pile up. But when you look back on it, like 7 years ago, it's absolutely flown, and the year, the couple of years absolutely flew by. Like 1 minute I was starting senior, and then the next minute I was saying goodbye to senior. So that was a really, really I couldn't believe when I finished. I was thinking, what? I'm already done.
Yeah, that's what kind of subjects were you into? Can you give us a bit of a feel?
Yeah, so I always had a vision of doing nursing, which is what I'm doing now. So I had that career goal in mind. I know not every young person, has a career goal in mind, and that's one thing that if you find your passion, you'll really absolutely go for it. So my subjects that I did in year 11 and 12, so I chose to go down to the VCE route. So I did in year 11, I did was it not Gen A maths? Gen A maths. I did English. I did health and human development, biology, a bit of chemistry, but chemistry wasn't one of my strong points. So I ended up dropping chemistry. And then in unit 2, I did business management for a bit of a change, which I really loved. So I found that even through my struggle and nearly failing chemistry, I found that, business management was something that I kind of really liked, that was completely unrelated to what I'm doing now. So, and then in 12, I did biology, health and human development. I did English and maths, and I did extended investigation, which was a new subject that year. So I was able to do a bit of research on basically on scoliosis and how it was promoted to young people in Australia. So that was one thing that was amazing to do in year 12. It was a lot of work, but it was worth it.
Yeah, yeah. And so you mentioned nursing. What kind of inspired you to become a nurse?
So when I was 14 years of age, you could say, unfortunately, when I was growing, I developed a curvature of the spine. So that was quite severe, and I had to get corrective surgery to my spine to make it straight, basically. And that's what inspired me to become a nurse. I had the most amazing care at the Royal Children's, and I was thinking, gee, this would be amazing to give back one day. And here I am back at the Royal Children's Hospital, not in that ward that they do the surgery, but I'm in that hospital, and it's just incredible. I can't believe it's come full circle.
What did it feel like to have your first day working at Royal Children's after, I guess, the journey you'd had with Royal Children growing up? How did that feel to walk into your first shift, knowing that your dream had come true of working there?
I was an absolute bundle of nerves. It was very exciting. It was very surreal. Obviously, being very different on the other side of things. So you're not receiving care, you're giving care. So you really, it's a completely different kettle of fish, so you could say. It's an amazing feeling giving back to kids. It's really opened my eyes to how resilient children are, and how they can go through so much and you don't even realize. I also, before that, so in third year uni, I was really fortunate to be able to do a clinical placement in the Kookaburra ward, which is children's oncology, which was that really was eye-opening, and it was hard to see at times. But I thought, yeah, this is where I want to be. It's going to be challenging, but I knew that I really wanted to be with the kids, and I still love it.
So with nursing, like, have you always been, I guess in terms of your personality, have you always been someone who just loves helping people, or is that sort of part
Yeah.
of you as well?
Yeah, I've always really liked helping people. In first year uni, I decided to do a bit of volunteering. So I did a bit of volunteering with Bendigo Health, and I was able to do a bit of volunteer work at Gympie Nursing Home. I was called a meal. I was in the meal mates program, so I was able to help help give people the food that they needed. So helping feed people that can't feed themselves, which was so rewarding. And that was with elderly people and all across the lifespan. Like, it's amazing. Nursing is just really nice to be able to give back in any form, basically.
Yeah, awesome. Obviously, you're so passionate about what you do. Can I ask two questions? First of all, what do you love most about nursing? And also, any advice to aspiring nurses?
So what do I love most about nursing? I think my perception of going into pediatric nursing was completely different to what it actually is. Um, the one thing I really do enjoy doing, I love working with the kids. I get to have an impact on their life that I didn't realise. It's a real honour caring for young people. There's a lot of children that are less fortunate out there who have got quite significant disabilities, and it is extremely rewarding, especially in my line of work. So I'm a medical imaging nurse in paediatrics, which is a very specialised field. So I help out with procedures such as when they have their feeding tubes changed. It can be a really stressful procedure. However, it is really rewarding being able to provide comfort and distraction. Even, rubbing their hand, holding their hand, singing songs to them, playing music, any distraction that I can give them. It is so rewarding at the end of the day. And I think if your heart is really in it, absolutely go for it. No matter, what your grades are looking like, what your ATAR is, it does not matter at the end of the day. Absolutely go for gold. My ATAR, for example, was 61.3. It took me a while to remember that because 7 years down the track, it's not really a significant number. I kind of go, 61.3, it's a number. It's a number that will help get you into uni, for instance, but it's not a number that will define you. So I found that when I was going into nursing, I was really, really excited to be able to get that spot. I also I think I went through the Special Entry Access Scheme, or the CEAS scheme. I think that's still around nowadays. And I also did uni bridges in year 11 and year 12. I'm not sure if that's still around, but I was able to get an early offer into health sciences as well. So if there's any opportunities like that, absolutely go for it. Anything that's going to help you get into it that you might find beneficial, absolutely go for it.
Oh, Kendall, it's just so great to hear how passionate you are about what you're doing. And honestly, nurses, doctors, all hospital staff, they really do make a difference. They really do make a difference to someone's experience and to their recovery as well. So I love hearing about how passionate you are about helping the children. It's honestly so great to hear. So Kendall, if you could give one piece of advice to those currently in year 12 at Bendigo Senior, what would your advice be?
That's really interesting. It's kind of reminiscing and looking back on year 12. I think the one bit of advice is enjoy your time at Bendigo Senior. I remember that being told to me and I was like, yeah, I'll enjoy it, but I wish I enjoyed it even more. I feel that if I was to go back to year 12 now, I wouldn't have put so much pressure on myself because there are so many ways of getting into the career that you want. There is TAFE, there is uni, you can go and do so many different things.
Yeah.
I actually wish I did a gap year. That's one thing I wish I did because I went straight into uni and I didn't really have a break, for instance. So I wish I traveled the world and, saw things that I would, I could see now, but really experience the world with my own eyes. I wish I did that straight after year 12. Year 11 and 12 are massive, massive years in your life. And it's so important to know that you're only human and not to put so much pressure on yourself. I put a bit of pressure on myself in year 11 and 12 because I wanted to get into nursing. However, back in the day, I did suffer from a bit of anxiety, and I still do now as an adult. I wish that I did seek help, which was fantastic back in year 11 and 12. The wellbeing team are an incredible resource. I wish I did a bit more mindfulness and things like that. However, yeah, definitely cherishing your time, making those friendships, maintaining those friendships and having a lot of fun. I wish I had a bit more fun in year 11 and 12. And took life a little bit less seriously back then.
Absolutely. I think you're right. I think at that age and at that stage of life, young people can put a lot of pressure on themselves, but it's such a great message. Just enjoy it. Enjoy your time because, like you said at the start, it goes like that. It's just so quick. So yeah, I think that's awesome, awesome advice. Kendall, I really appreciate you chatting with me and sharing your story. I think it's very inspiring, and just your full circle journey with the Royal Children's is very, very inspiring. So thank you so much, and we wish you all the best and keep putting smiles on those kids' faces. Thank you.
Thank you. It's an absolute pleasure.